And bonjour, and welcome to French 1 with Mr. McCoy. This is lesson 10, dedicated to the regular ER verb paradigm. Now, our learning objective for this lesson is for you at the end of the lesson to know how to conjugate a regular ER verb in the present tense. Now, we're talking about the ER verb paradigm. That basically means the ER verb pattern. Okay, what pattern do we observe, or can we put into practice? Okay. And like I said, we're going to learn how to conjugate a regular ER verb in French. We might not necessarily be sure what that means first. What does it mean to conjugate a verb? In simple terms, to conjugate a verb means to take an infinitive and change the form of it so that it agrees with the person, with the subject, and indicates the time frame. Okay. So basically, it takes an infinitive and sets it down to express an action. Okay, with respect to the author of the action and the time frame, past, present, or future. Okay. So, like I said, as English speakers, we don't really think about conjugating verbs. For example, in the simple present tense, we don't really have a lot of verb endings. Okay. For example, if I took the verb to speak, real quick, use a simple present. I'd have I speak, we speak, you speak, he speaks, they speak. Okay. You have that one little change. Okay, for the third person singular, you have that little s. Otherwise, all the forms are the same. Okay. You're really conjugating the verb, but since all the forms are almost all the same, we don't really have much sense that we're really doing a lot of conjugating. Okay. In Old English, there's a little bit more going on, like in Elizabethan English. If you pick up some Shakespeare, for example, you have I speak, we speak, thou speakest. Okay, that was a little bit different. Okay, ye speak, he speaketh, they speak. Okay, but again, these days, it's pretty simple. Okay, but it's not quite the same in French. Okay, so for example, to speak, the equivalent infinitive is parler, parler. And again, I'm showing you today the ER verb paradigm. Okay, in French we have three main groups of verbs. All infinitives end in either ER, IR, or RE. Okay, all infinitives end in one of those three endings: ER, IR, or RE. Okay, ER verbs are the easiest. Okay, we only have one ER verb, which is actually irregular. Okay, so almost all of these ER verbs are going to follow the same pattern. Okay, so again, parler is our infinitive, to speak. Parler is not conjugated. We call that an infinitive, the unconjugated form. Now, to conjugate the verb, we basically take off the ER first. Okay, that gives us parle. We call that the stem or the radical. Take off the ER. What's left is called the stem. Okay, and to the stem we add our endings. Okay, now for the regular ER verb, we're going to have 6 forms. And those correspond to that 3x2 table that I showed you in the last lesson. Okay, so check out the endings. Okay, the je ending, just an e, tu, es, il, elle or on, just an e. The new ending is ons, vous ending is easy, il or elle ending is ent. Okay, but check out how they sound. Pay close attention and pronounce with me. We have je parle, tu parles, il parle, elle parle, on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il parle, elle parle. Bien. Je parle, tu parles, il parle, elle parle, on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il parle, elle parle. Couple things. Notice how I kind of bordered in purple. Okay, these 4 forms. Okay, we refer these 4 forms as the L forms or the boot forms. These 4 endings actually sound the same. They're all silent. Okay, don't pronounce those at all. Parle, 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 parle. They sound exactly the same. Okay, we write different. Okay, but we pronounce them the same. The only 2 endings that we pronounce are these 2. Nous parlons, vous parlez, vous parlez. That sounds the same as the infinitive. Parler, parler. Okay? The easy ending and the ER ending make the same sound. Parler, parlons, parler. Okay? Alright? So don't ever try to pronounce any of these four. Okay? Again with me. Je parle, tu parles, il parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il parle. Okay? Yeah, I didn't write all those third person pronouns. Just wasn't enough room on the board. Okay? But that's our pattern. Okay? This is our infinitive. Take off the ER. That's your stem, your radical. Okay? Onto the radical, you add your endings. Okay, I have to underline the endings in with the green marker. Okay? These are our endings that we add. Okay? Now I say that I've conjugated the verb parler in the present tense. Okay? Now, if all that, we're going to be soon talking about our likes and our dislikes. Okay? This is the verb aimer. Aimer. Okay? To like or to love. Why don't you pause the video and see if you can just write down the 6 forms that this verb would take if you conjugated it in the present tense. Don't worry about writing the subject pronouns, okay? Just write them in the 6 forms. See if you can do it real quick. Okay, so did you try it? I hope you did, okay? I'll go ahead and show you the forms, okay? This is going to be a little bit different. I intentionally chose this one. This one actually begins with the vowel sound, okay? So we have a little different takes place, okay? So for example, again, aimer, aimer, that's our infinitive, okay? This form of the verb is not conjugated, okay? This is, again, the form that your dictionary gives you. If you look up, how do I say in French, to like or to love, it's going to give you this form, the infinitive, okay? So, if I drop off the ER, that's my stem, AIM, that's my stem, I add my endings, okay, this is what you should have given me, okay, these forms. I didn't ask you to write the pronouns, but I'll show you how it works, okay? Again, it's a little bit different than the last one because this verb starts with a vowel sound, okay? So actually, heavy elision takes place. We say, j'aime, put it together, j'aime, tu aimes, il aime, elle aime, on aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, ils aiment, elles aiment, okay? So again, notice that the silent E on the je is elided when the verb begins with the vowel sound. Also notice on the plural subject pronouns, nous, vous, il, elle. I told you when I taught you those pronouns not to pronounce the S, okay? It's nous, vous, il, elle. But if your verb starts with a vowel sound, okay, we have what we call liaison, okay? These S's, which are typically silent, are now pronounced as Z's at the beginning of the next word, okay? So again, listen and repeat. J'aime, tu aimes, il aime, elle aime, on aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, ils aiment, elles aiment. Again, j'aime, tu aimes, il aime, elle aime, on aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, ils aiment, elles aiment. Okay? So now, you know how to conjugate a regular ER verb in French in the present tense. Okay? That'll be in the lesson 10. We'll practice this in writing and in speech in class. Okay? But merci et au revoir.